Chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan joins me. Good evening, sir. I got to tell you, it's
Good evening, Greta.
This one, I just don't understand this. You can hate Trump, you can disagree with him, but they don't even try to hide that they're trying to be fair.
Right. Everything you laid out there is the reason why
I should say, unfair.
Yeah, right. And everything you laid out there is why no one would bring this case. I mean, remember, the Department of Justice wouldn't bring the case. The Federal Elections Commission wouldn't bring the case. Alvin Bragg's predecessor, Cy Vance, wouldn't bring the case. And maybe most importantly, Alvin Bragg wouldn't bring the case either, because there is no case there until one of his assistant DAs resigns, throws a fit, does a media tour, and most importantly, writes a book, gets all kind of attention, and suddenly Alvin Bragg feels the pressure and says, we're going to resurrect what Mark Pomerantz, the DA who resigned and wrote the book, what Mark Pomerantz calls the zombie case. And they bring it back to life, and this is the crazy case they're now bringing against President Trump. And as we point out in our report, no new witnesses. In fact, they're relying on the old witness, who's a convicted perjurer, who lied 6 times in front of Congress when he testified, Michael Cohen. That's how ridiculous this whole thing is.
And even the New York Times report, I'm going to read from the New York Times from April of 2021. It says, it is a fact that this is what Alvin Bragg told the New York Times, it is a fact that I have sued Trump over 100 times. I mean, yeah. It is astounding. I mean, it's like, and you know what really annoys me is that all the lawyers out there who are such cowards, every lawyer knows that this is wrong. Every lawyer knows that judge shouldn't be on this case. Everyone knows that it's appearance of impropriety because his daughter's making money off it. Everybody knows that, but these bunch of lawyers out there, they're all cowards and won't step up.
Yeah, Alvin Bragg campaigned on this. This is why he got in office. But once he wins the office, he doesn't even want to bring the case until he's pressured by Pomerantz. And you're exactly right. This judge and the daughter who's done work for Pelosi, for Kamala Harris, for Adam Schiff, somehow that's okay. But what really bothers me is what they've done to the president. The gag order, a guy running for president of the United States is not allowed to talk about this stuff. And maybe scarier yet is last week it was reported that the judge is maybe willing to not have the prosecution disclose the witnesses they're going to call each day when they go to trial. I mean, that always happens. The defense gets to know who's going to be called as witnesses, for goodness sake. But he's thinking about, I may not have that happen because of this whole gag order. This is how political this thing is, out to get President Trump.
All right, the indictment doesn't say what the conspiracy is, which is bizarre. It's a defective indictment. Every lawyer knows that. No lawyer is speaking up. So we first hear about what the supposed crime is in the prosecutor's opening statement, which is a conspiracy to try to influence an election. Well, that's what politicians do. They try to influence. That's the whole idea. Try to influence an election to get elected. I mean, that's the irony. That's the crime? I mean, you're all guilty then.
It's called running for office. It's called a campaign, for goodness sake. No, and this is the interesting thing today, because while this is going on, of course, we had this other case in the big case in front of the Supreme Court. Alvin Bragg's is a conspiracy to impact the 2016 election. That's the alleged crime. Jack Smith there was a conspiracy on behalf of President Trump to impact the 2020 election. Seems to me, Greta, the real conspiracy is between Bragg and Smith, and frankly, for that matter, Fani Willis, the conspiracy to impact the 2024 election. I think that's what the American people are seeing, the way this lawfare, and this has all been done in this concerted, coordinated effort to go after President Trump.